Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter, and today I just fancied playing in my grid journal. Now, grid journal is one I made myself. I just made it with mixed media paper. For those of the observant out there who've watched me before, I normally use 1/2" low-tack masking tape to mask off my grid. However, I've run out and my order from Jackson's hasn't arrived yet, so I'm giving it a go with washi. Now, this is quite old washi, so it's likely to lift, and I would use a hairdryer anyway. This piece down the middle is just, I get a bit splashy sometimes, and if I splash paint, I'd rather not get it over the central thing because I've got to clean it off. So how did I draw my grid? I made myself a template. I've got a pocket full of templates here that I draw it up on, that might even be like a bit of packaging, and then I put it down and I draw my pencil outlines, and then I normally tape. You don't need to, but I do. I have seen people who use like a coaster or a square of card. They cut one square and put them in. I know that some people just eyeball it. This, any way you want to do it, guys, is the way you want to do it. So I'm going to work with a limited palette today because I just want to play. I'm looking for something a bit contemporary. Yeah, just a bit contemporary. So I'm going to bring in black and white because I would normally use black and white. And I'm going to bring in neutral grey and gold. Doesn't seem like a big palette. That's fine. That's exactly what I'm aiming for. I may add a splash of colour here or there. I don't know until I've done it. I've also got my 5x7 gel plate, which is going to be over here. Possibly you won't see what's going on there. But you know what? I'm just going to be braying stuff out. And I've got my 4-inch speedball brayer. So let's just get on with this, shall we? So I'm going to start with grey. And without that on there. And what I want to do is I just want to put a layer of something down. Now, I am using a gel plate to bray it out on. You could bray it out onto a clean surface if you chose, of your own making. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be a gel plate. I like to use my gel plates because I've got them. It's my favorite way to work. So I'm just going to embrace that. So just trying to get something down on these pages, or grid, should I say. I think that's enough foundation. Now, I'm going to do cleanups and cut this piece out of the video, so when you see a transition, it just means I've cleaned up something. And I'm back. Right, I'm going to come in now, and I think I'm going to use some of the black now. Now, I don't expect this grid to take me long to do. I fully expect to get through this one quite quickly, because of the nature in which I'm working. A little bit on there. I'd like that across there. And a black on that one. It's just fun. I do benefit from working from a limited palette, and I find that because it stops me procrastinating. So I'm just going to press this down actually on here and hope it doesn't lift all of my washi tape off. Okay, just to get this, because what's left on there is interesting. So yeah, I like working with a limited palette. It gives me a nice shape there. It gives me something, as in a reduction of my anxiety, because for me, it means I don't have to think about the colours. I just think about creativity. So if I'm going to spend any time procrastinating about anything, it's my colour choices to start with. Right, got that on there. I think I might swap to, let's swap to a smaller plate. I've got a 3x3 here. Now I want to come in again, and I'm going to come in this time with a bit of white. Actually, let's do a little bit of white with a little bit of black, so it's not the same color as the page behind. And I don't mind if this is fully mixed or not on the plate. So, and that's what I mean by fully mixed. It's not fully mixed on the plate. Therefore, it's not fully mixed on my brayer either. And yes, we will do a reveal at the end where I take off the tape with the hairdryer, which is how I normally do it. And I'll speed that process up so you're not going to be sat through watching me painfully heat and peel. So here in Wales, yeah, we're still in the throes of winter, which we should be because we're still in winter. Let's just do that across there. I've got my gel plates on what would normally be a stamp block. I do that because they're easier to handle, to be honest with you. Clean up time. Oh, look at that, the sunshine's come out. That doesn't happen often here in Wales. Well, not in the winter anyway. Right, let's have a quick think. I'm liking where I'm going. I know I've got the gold to go on here, which is fine because the gold is fine. I've got black. I do think I want to add a colour now I'm looking at this. I've got this rich colour. It's almost like an Indian yellow. Let's go back to the bigger plate because I think I'm going to do the technique where I pick it up with my wax paper. So this is just freezer paper. It's waxed on one side, plain on the other. I use this system a lot, and all I do is, I will try and do this for you so you can see what I mean. Let's put that there and hope it doesn't stick to my grid. So I brayer it out a bit, and then I lay my wax paper down on it, give it a bit of a rub, and then I will come in and then transfer that paint to the page. So that's the process. Let's take that off there before it sticks to anything. Now, there's an added advantage of recycling these bits of paper that I found, and that is after a while, the paper starts to give up what was on there prior to it. Like there's a little bit of copper there. So obviously the paint has become sticky enough to lift off little bits. So you get unexpected surprises, let's put it that. And I quite, paint all over my hand, Griffiths. I quite like that because if there's one thing I'm bad at, it's I am quite controlling with my art. And for incidental things to happen is nice. I enjoy that. But it's something out of my control. I think that's why I like using the gel plate to do stuff, is because it's out of my control, guys. I can't do anything about it. But I do think that's enough. I do think it's cute having the one little dot there. I think that's okay. Let's put this to one side. Time for cleanup again. So I'm going to come in with my gold. How do I want to apply this? I think we'll just do this one with a brayer. I've gone back to my 5x7, and by 5x7 I mean my 5x7 gel press, just so I can brayer this out to use it. So I've got it on my brayer. It's quite thick on my brayer actually, which is probably a little thicker than I needed, but let me brayer some of that off. I do have a cleanup sheet over there that I'm cleaning my paints off onto, so paints are not wasted in this house. Or studio, should I call it. Bring that in there. Now, not every square needs gold, Griffiths. But I do quite like it in certain areas. This is bothering me here, though. I need to try and meld that into the background. I'm not keen on that line. It will fade. And I'm back, right. I've got an element I want to add, and I know I want to add it, but I'm thinking whether I want some sort of, I like a grid, and I'm really thinking I'd like to put a grid in. And I've got this, my plastic canvas, which I love. Now, funnily enough, the yellow I chose is almost the same color as the gold, so that I'm okay with that. Trust the process, Griffiths. That's what you tell everyone else to do. Trust the process. So I'm just going to put some white down, brayer it out, and bring in my piece of plastic canvas and just dab it in and place it in areas. Trying to place it in areas straight, Griffiths, would be helpful. Okay, that's giving me more of what I want. Let's get some of it on here. Now I do have an idea over the top because I'm going to stamp circles onto here, so the only thing I really probably need to think about is what colour am I stamping in. I wonder if I do that there, that will help conceal that line. Not really. Okay, I think that's all right. Clean up time. So I'm at the point now where I need to decide. Now I pulled out these two foam stamps of mine. They're called Grungy Circles, and I was thinking the big one would actually join squares together and the little one could sit within a square. But the question was, originally I was going to do them in white, which kind of still appeals to me. But then I'm seeing this little bit of copper there, which is this, and really liking it. The white would add drama. The copper would be dramatic, but not dramatic enough. You know, let's park that idea and go to the white. If I think it needs copper, I'll come in with copper. So I'm going to come in, and I've just got this. I'm going to brayer it out. Now let's bring that in there so you can see it. So I'm going to do the big one first. Now, when you use a bigger foam stamp, I always press in the middle. I also check because I can always see if it's on here. So I'm coming in there. Actually, that is the right decision. So I'm going to pull off to one side so I can work on this side of the page. Now, I'm not trying to only be in one square. I am okay with overlap into another. A little bit of that down there. Is that enough? Maybe I have a little bit of because of the organic shape, I can touch this down and continue the pattern through, which I'm liking that. So let's just see if I can do a little bit of that there. Right, this needs to go in water before it dries out, and then we'll put the lighter one in. So I've got the drama of the white circles. I'm really playing with the idea that maybe the small ones could be in the copper. You know, this is an art journal for me, the micro journal. And art journals, and I came to this understanding about a year ago, actually. I think I did a coffee with Ceri about it. I always thought an art journal had to be almost a portfolio of your best work. And that put so much pressure on me that I was getting really depressed about art journaling, and I love art journaling. However, I did learn or come to the understanding that no, an art journal is a resource. It's where you play, it's where you experiment. But instead of experimenting on spare sheets of paper that then get put in a cupboard or drawer or end up in the trash, if they're in a journal situation, as this one is, then what happens is you've got it as a resource to reference back to. And I have really tried to, I wonder whether I fit that in there. I can fit that in there. I have really tried to embrace that feeling of saving even the pieces I wouldn't show the world, save them into an art journal. I'm just going to put that there. I've got an idea. I like the way that I could link these to each other. There you go. That worked for me. And this one has nothing. And I think if I come, not that it has to have anything, but if I extend this down here, and I purposely didn't put any of that there, I think I'm okay with that. You know, there's a time which you need to stop, and it's an instinctual time, okay? It's not you're at this point, you've done so many processes, stop. It's a gut instinct. I think if I went any further, I would ruin it. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to put that in water, clean that up. Give this a few seconds to dry off a bit, and then I'll bring the hairdryer in and we'll remove the tape and see what I've created. So here we are, time to dry this and lift the tape up. Now this is just a normal travel hairdryer, just an inexpensive one. And what I'm going to do is I've moved all of my gel plates away so I'm not heating them up. I'm going to turn this on to hot air and go over the top of this just to soften any glue. As I say, I don't think there's going to be a problem with the washi because it's an old washi anyway. I'm going to speed the process up, so it's probably going to be about 4 times the speed. Also, I'm going to drop the volume down so you don't hear it. I will then bring the volume back up when we're done so I can talk to you. So here we go, we're all done. I do hope you appreciate how much willpower it's taking me not to draw a line around the edge of these squares. But you know what? 2026, trying to embrace something new. I like that. I wanted something contemporary. I wanted something with a limited palette. Yes, I added yellow, but ironically, the yellow is pretty much the same color as the gold. It's just obviously you have the visual texture of the shiny versus the matte. I did add the copper in there, and I think that was a good move. I think that color works with this. So guys, thank you very much for your patience, just letting me play as normal. I will see you next time, because you know what? I'm Ceri the Crafter. That's Ceri the Crafter. Goodbye now.